Hi. How are ya? No, don't come after me, Jeffree Star. Don't you do it. Hey guys, what is up? And what, like literally, what is this? Anyways, hey guys, what is up? And welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, I'm doing like a rework. So this is no longer like daily holidays. I mean, there might be some here and there, but it didn't go over so well. And I wasn't happy with it, so I'm changing it. Because, I mean, it's my channel, so why not? Now that I said that I'm not going to be doing what? Now that I said that I'm not going to be doing national daily holidays, I feel bad because that's exactly what I'm doing today. Today is National Tell a Story Day. Before you click off this video, please give a like, even though I haven't even started. It's like a pity like. Just go down, just like it, man. Just do it.
Just do it.
And subscribe if you want to. If you don't, please do. I literally just spat at the camera. Just please subscribe. Anyways, so I'm gonna tell you a story because today is National Tell a Story Day. I know I already said that, it's redundant, but whatever. And boy, do I have a story for you. As you can tell by the title, it is a horror story. It's not really a horror story. It was to me at the time. But looking back at it now, I'm like, it was kind of funny, kind of ridiculous. So let me just get started with this thing. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so it was what month was it? It was July. It was July 4th. July 4th, 2016. And it was my first cruise. Okay, so I was cruising with my husband. We had booked a cruise, Royal Caribbean. I think it was Enchantment of the Seas, and we were going to the Bahamas. It was a 4-day cruise. And this was my first ever cruise. This was my second time flying in a plane, my first time going to the beach. Like, it was monumental, right? This is July 3rd, so the night before. I'm packing, shoving everything in my suitcase because I am a procrastinator, and I'm getting ready to go, and I have everything ready, like everything ready. I get an email that says your flight has been delayed. If you've never cruised before, you need to understand that you need to get to the ship before 2 p.m. Otherwise, the ship will leave you. They will literally just leave. They'll be like, brrr. Our flight was gonna leave at like 5 in the morning and we were supposed to get there around noon. Dumb. So dumb. Rookie mistake, guys. It's like 11 p.m. the night before. So I'm like supposed to be sleeping right now, but I get this email and I'm like, what the freak am I gonna do? So I just like, I'm chill. I'm like, okay, when we get to the airport in the morning, like, they'll have to accommodate us. They'll have to get us a different flight and we're gonna make it. It'll be fine. Foreshadowing, it was not fine. So I wake up, get my luggage into the car, his parents take us to the airport, whatever, we get there. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, our flight was delayed and we kind of need to be, and it's the freaking 4th of July. It is the 4th of July, right? I'm like, who would be traveling on the 4th of July? Like, you do your traveling before and after, so like, put us on a plane, you know what I'm saying? And the lady's like,
okay, you're fine, you're gonna make it, we're gonna put you on this plane, you're gonna get to Miami by 1.
We were supposed to get there by noon previously, but now it was pushed to 1. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. We have till 2, so like, we can make it, it'll be cool. So we go on our first flight out of Kansas City to Dallas, Texas. Yeah, so they routed us to Dallas, Texas, and that flight was gonna have a layover of some odd minutes to Miami. But thank heavens, Dallas was having a storm, a freaking thunderstorm. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's like 10 or something. I don't even know. We're sitting there and the people are like,
There's a massive storm, like we won't be able to leave on time.
And Asa was freaking out. Like, you need to know that he literally is on his hands and knees at the airport. I don't know what we're gonna do. Like, we're not gonna make it. And I'm like, it's fine. It's okay. In my head, I'm like, this is not fine. We go to the Delta. No, we weren't in Delta. Oh my gosh, that's why this flight sucked. We were using American Airlines. I'm sorry, American, but you've failed us enough. I would rather fly Spirit before I flew American again. Okay, some of you in the comments are gonna be like,
but American is awesome, screw Delta.
No, okay? No, American did us dirty. Anyways, so we go to the American desk. We're like, help. We need help. And they're like, okay, like the lady's like literally on her keyboard. She's like,
okay, let me see what I can do for you.
There was 3 flights leaving out of Dallas to Miami, staggered, 45 minutes in between all the flights. So Asa, he's like, let's try to switch our flight to the one that's supposed to get there 45 minutes before. So we go to the desk, we switch our flight. We're still having to wait like 30 minutes. Within that 30 minutes, the flight that we had switched onto got delayed, and the flight that we were previously on was still on time. So it was gonna arrive there before the one that we had switched onto. I don't know if any of this is making sense, but just stick with me, okay? So we go back to the ticket counter, and the lady's like,
can I help you? Like, your flight's not, it's not ready yet.
We're like, we need to switch back to our previous flight. They're getting there 20 minutes sooner than the other flight that we had switched to. The lady's like,
I mean, I guess.
So she switches us back to our old flight, which ended up getting delayed as well. We had 7 boarding passes total. I literally am not making this up. This is a true story. So we get onto the flight, right, in Texas, and they're like,
there's a storm.
They even had the guts to say,
so you know on the highway when you're driving and it's like rush hour and there's a bunch of traffic and you have to like wait, stop and go? That's basically what the aircrafts are doing right now on the runway.
And I'm like, what? These are airplanes, not cars. Get your act together. 2 hours go by and our little window thing had been closed because I thought we had already taken off. No! I lift it up and I'm just like, wait, we're still in Texas! Literally, we had been on the runway for 2 hours. By now, it is too late. I'll insert a picture here of us trying to be happy. We weren't happy. Fast forward, the plane takes off, and then we land in Miami. It's like 3:50. So we've definitely missed the ship. So we literally are like running to American Airlines desk, and we're like, yo, you just made us miss our cruise. Like, what are you gonna do about it? And they're like,
you know what? We are gonna fly you to Nassau, Bahamas.
Okay, like how much is that gonna cost us? I don't want to fly to the Bahamas. They were like,
it's fine, it's on us.
So they give us a standby. Like, we're literally on standby. It is 9 p.m. by the time we are seated waiting to be standby. So my husband goes up, he talks to the lady at the desk, and he's like, hey, we've got 2 standby tickets and people are boarding the plane. Are we gonna be on the plane? Are we gonna make the flight? Is there enough seat? Tell me. And the lady goes on her little keyboard, she's like,
well, we only have 1 seat available.
What? And my husband Asa's like, well, I need a seat and so does my wife, so we need 2 seats. And she's like, okay, checking her thing again. And the lady's like,
we have 2 seats available, go, go, go.
So I'm grabbing like my carry-on and all this stuff. My flip-flops are flying. We sit down and we pass out. I like vaguely remember seeing fireworks outside of the window and I'm like, happy 4th of July, baby. Like, yeah. We wake up. We're in the Bahamas airport. This is where it gets interesting, okay? I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but like this story needs to be heard. The world needs to know what happened that 4th of July. So we get to the Bahamas airport with no place to go. I can't even describe to you how lost and just like tired I was. So then there's like people waiting with taxis like at any airport to take you to your destination, and I'm like, hey, can you take us to, and I had already googled this shanty. I'm talking shanty, but it was $100 a night. It was worse than a Super 8, worse than a Motel 6. It was bad. So the guy takes us in his car and we're driving to this hotel. We get to the front desk of the hotel. I need you to know that this hotel was like a ghetto 3-story building, and the guy at the front desk didn't even speak English. So I'm just like, can we have 1 room for the night? And he, like in his broken English, he was like, yeah, sure. It's $100. You had to pay it up front. We pay. I think it was like $98 actually. We pay with $100. He gives us $2 back. But in Bahamas money. He's like, I ran out of like card keys, so here's the master key. Like, it's a legitimate key. What is this? The Legend of freaking Zelda? I don't understand. Like, we go in the elevator turns off. The lights turn off and the elevator goes boom when we hit the button. And I'm just like, okay, this is it. We're gonna die in the Bahamas. I mean, it's a good place to die, but like, I didn't want to die like this. I'm praying this whole time. I'm like, Lord, like, what did I do wrong? Did I do you dirty? Like, I need help. So we get to our room, open it up with the master key, and this is what happens. So we're staying in a hotel at Nassau. This was literally the cheapest, and it's $100. I need you to know that this place is ghetto. It's about, how hot is it in here? Oh no, it says it's 88 degrees in here. I'm concerned as to why that's broken. Look at this mold. Oh my gosh. What have we gotten ourselves into? Oh my gosh. Pray for us, please. Here goes our lives. I mean, am I right? We literally could have died that night. So we wake up and we're in the middle of like the town square of the Bahamas. We've got our massive luggage, our carry-ons, and we're literally like strolling down the lane to the pier where we're supposed to meet somebody who's gonna take us onto the ship. So we get there and there's armed guards with literal machine guns, and they're like, what do you want? And I'm like, we're here to wait for the Royal Caribbean ship that we missed. And they're like, okay. We waited an hour and then the ship comes and we get on there. It was about like 7 in the morning at this point, and we had an excursion at Atlantis at 9. So we get on the ship around 8:15. We literally run to our room, put our luggage away, get our stuff for Atlantis, and run back out onto the pier so that we can take the bus to go to Atlantis. And oh my gosh, I break down. I'm bawling. Like, I am sobbing. And I'm just like, it just all hit me at once. And I was just like, I cannot believe I literally just lived through this traumatic event. And I just broke down. But once we got to Atlantis, I felt a little better. I mean, we rode some water slides, went to the beach, saw the ocean for the first time. So that was really cool. Everything kind of like turned around. But yeah, that is my story. I hope you understood everything I was saying. Just know that if you didn't stick with the entire story, it was intense. Thankfully now I know the do's and don'ts of cruising and not to go the day of. But anyways, thanks for listening to my story. It might have been over dramatized. I don't even know if that's a word, but I honestly had such a fun time. Now that I'm telling the story, not back then. Oh my gosh, no. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and have a good weekend, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye!